Good morning, ladies and fellowsmen. Today, this is going to be my first video on this account, or I guess channel. Overall, I'm going to try my best to daily uploads, but for like a great starting point, I'm going to start us off with an account showcase of all my characters, like mostly 5 stars that are recently built or have just been built for a long time. So let's get to that. Alright, first we got like the basic Trailblazer. I'll go through all of them because we got the time. Actually, never mind. We'll go with the ones that I actually have built for the most part, so the recent ones. First, we have the Harmony Trailblazer, which has a speed of 140, goated. Break effect is as high as I could do it because farming for these guys is really hard. But yeah. By the way, to mention right now, I'm a mostly free-to-play player. Apart from like, I use gift cards like every once in a while, depending on who the character I'm gonna get is. Yeah. Traces, don't want to max them out because that's just a waste of resources at that point. Relics are almost fully leveled up, but I could definitely spend some time leveling those up. Not E6. I gotta work on that eventually. That's fine. My outfits right here. Deliverer's Wreath, because I'm a big fan of like the Amphorius backstory and all that, and just like as a way to commemorate the whole adventure as a whole. And I do actually have this, so might as well equip this while we're here. Just cause. And I do, while there is like a lot of, questions as to this just being like a mild reskin, I do really like the fashion because it does feel more detailed, especially with the Cianzhou. So I decided to keep it on. Now, to my favorite Kalis or Trailblazer build, it's the Remembrance, because while this is not my strongest one for him, I do really enjoy it, with the crit damage being at the max I can make it, speed also being as good as possible for me. Lycone, just a free play one, nothing special. Traces, not maxed out like I said previously. Relic's also not maxed out. I do have E6, however. I do need to work on his planar ornament sets, but right now he's pretty decent. He does the job, so that's all that really matters. Next we have the Elation Kalis Trailblazer. This is the free one in the Herta Space Station store. After you do like a bunch of Divergent Universe stuff, all that jazz. Not max traces, as per usual. Relics are actually maxed out on this Kalis, because this one, I always find it difficult to like get crit damage or crit rate, those kind of things, alongside speed. Eidolons is not E6 yet, however I am working on that. But I do, however, I do not have a lightning damage build. Interesting. Okay, I thought I did. But yeah, here's the stats I got for this guy. Nothing too bad. Mortanax Blade. We'll get back to him eventually. I will make an entire video based on building this guy. However, Finon, probably like top 3 Amphorius characters for me personally. His speed is obviously not meant to be built around too much. Crit rate is great. Crit damage could obviously be better. Do I have him for any physical damage? I do not. Interesting, okay. Lycone. I don't spend too much time leveling up the Lycone too much. If I want to add the stats up more, I could definitely do that, but that's not like a priority. Traces, we have not maxed out. Relic set, it is maxed out. E0 because, like I said, free-to-play player, and I only get the character themselves. Next up, surprisingly, a hated character from what I've seen online from the Honkai Star Rail community, which is confusing, but, I'll leave it be. Now, I only have the Herta Station Lycone. However, I do have her break effect at 180, which is like just an acceptable amount. Or it's closing bare minimum for the most part, but honestly, no one really minds that too much. Speed is as good as I can make it. Traces, almost maxed out, because she is like a personal favorite of mine in terms of like Amphorius and all that. She is not my favorite Celeron Hunter. We will get to that eventually. And here we have the Relic set. Nothing like too bad. I hate how like crit rate and crit damage always seem to like be a part of like the break effect. Like whenever like leveling it up, it just like shows all that. It's really annoying. E0 as per usual. And I do have the Spring Missive one, because like I said, sometimes I do use gift cards to like get these characters. Next up, Fugue. Not really talked about as much nowadays, but for good reason. She's out of the spotlight. Not really. She's still in the spotlight, but compared to other characters, she's not that far in. I do have fire damage boosted for her, so that's nice to know. Here's her light cone. It's also the free-to-play one. Non-max traces. Not maxed out relics as well, but I'm working on that. It doesn't need to be maxed out. I do want to max out the planar ornaments, however. That might be what I max out. Here we have Linksha. And she was actually carrying my team like a long time before the Furious Hyacinth came out, so she's a good character to have. Like previously, the free-to-play one. Here's her break effect. Everything that's going on. Nothing too bad. Just pretty simple. Like I said before, don't really plan on maxing out her traces. Relics are almost maxed out if you saw like the split second before when I switched off from Fugue. Clear note, I might speedrun some of these characters a little bit, depending on how much I have to say about them. And here we have Cyrene, the... how do I say? The Mem, the Little Cyrene, the Fidelius, however you want to call her. Or Demiurge. Pretty sure this is her Demiurge form anyway. But yeah, she's a cool character. Stuck with us for like pretty much our entire journey. Here's where I have her at. I could definitely level up her crit damage and crit rate a bit more, but I think I was focusing more on speed when she first came out. So if I ever get the time to like reinvent her, I would definitely spend some time doing all that. Lycone, the free-to-play one in her space station, you're gonna notice this a lot. I actually do have her at max stats, except for her Memo Sprite, because I think it's just because I really enjoyed her story when she like first came out and all throughout. Bars. Anyways, here we have her set. It's all maxed out. No Eidolons, and this time I do not have her outfit. For the main reason is because it doesn't really change much, because it's also her bow and not like an actual outfit. But I could also kind of say that for the other outfits, but I digress. Next we got an actual top 2 favorite character of mine, Evernight, but it's mainly because of personal bias with the March 7th. That's the main reason. So I spent a lot of time actually building her before she came out, like going through any kind of guides, anything like that. Slight leaks, but that's only just for building. Side note, not a fan of story leaks, but I am a fan of like leaks when it comes to like what's needed for the character, because it helps for like building them a lot. Yeah, here's the stats I have for her. I do not have her for ice damage, but that's fine. I think this was the one in the shop. Yeah, I have it maxed out. Maxed out traces. Maxed out relics. But E0, however. Now, this one, Kafka is my favorite Cell Run Hunter, mainly because we do not know much about her past. She still has a lot more to be explored, connection with the Trailblazer, etc., etc. Also, her trailer's like goated as hell. But yeah, I do need to work on finish building her after her buff, because she is not at her best right now. But she does get the job done when she comes out, so... Lycone, maxed out. Traces, also but not maxed out, but close. Relics, still working on fixing her build, but apart from that, yeah. Next up, Huohuo. Now, fun fact about Huohuo, for the most part, when she first released, she has been carrying my team alongside another sustain. So she's up in there on the favorites list. She holds like a special place in my heart. Not in a weird way, do not get that wrong. But yeah, despite the fact that she's poorly built as well, she does get the job done exceptionally well. Because, do I have her? Yeah. Lycone. It's the simple one of like the when the event first came out, the event one. Traces, yeah, they're absolute dog shit, but I will work on fixing that. Relics, also dog shit, but she gets the job exceptionally done, so hey, we take that. Oh, by the way, 0 Eidolons, gotta get that out the way. Next up, Castris. Now, I'll admit, I was surprised that she was an event character, but it makes sense. But I guess also doesn't, because like she's not really the most important in terms of story-wise, but she's a fun character. She does the job well. Also, probably one of the more controversial characters in terms of gameplay. But yeah, -8 speed for some reason. Why is that? Huh, interesting. Okay. But yeah, crit rate, crit damage. Crit rate could definitely be better, but crit damage is solid. This is the Lycone. Simple. She's not fully built, but you know, no need to worry about that. Relics, max stats, E0. I do have her outfit because, like I said, for the Firefly one. Fuxuan. Now, I mentioned before that Huohuo was like a sustain that helped me a lot through my gameplay. Fuxuan was definitely a hard carry back in the day. With her skills, she definitely helped me get through like a bunch of rough patches when it came to the gameplay. Because back then I was a really, really bad player. Here we go. She's not meant for like a speed, but she is definitely meant to be tanky when it comes to like HP. So I worked on that a lot. What else? I got the free-to-play Lycone in the Herta Space Station stop. And I do need to work on her traces a bit more, but she did the job well when she was, you know, usable for me. And yeah, Relics not fully maxed out, but I can definitely max it out if I want to. E0, and that's pretty much all I have to say about Fuxuan. March 7th, if you didn't understand, based on the title, I am the #1 March 7th fan. Thank you, thank you. I take that personally. I don't have her fully built for preservation. We don't need to show that for now. However, I do have her pretty... It's an alright build for March 7th, given how she's a 4-star as well. Yeah, here's the build I got for her. Some crit rate, crit damage, a little bit of a breaking effect. Maxed out. Not maxed out, but I will max her out eventually when I get the time. Relics. I did a combination of these two. Now, I know you're wondering why I got break effect specifically, but it's mainly because of the substats. That's the main reason. E6 Eidolons info. Got the... Pretty sure this was the free one, because I was able to do the event. How long has this recording been? 13 minutes. I will do... I think I might separate this into like 3 different parts, because I do not want these videos to be too long. So I think I'll end part 1 on here. Yo, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, you know the whole deal. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.